In a world searching for gaming knowledge comes the man, the myth, a legend in his own mind, Critical.
Welcome back, guys and gals. Critical here. Today I'm bringing another episode of Last Epoch on my Stuninator 2.0. And as promised, this is a post-commentary version. Yes, this was the second episode because I recorded them back to back and my audio didn't work. Now, I did get the problem fixed. I had to completely reinstall the, what would it be called? It's basically the add-in that makes my stream, and I almost died here again. Once again, poison is nasty.
Stand down or die.
And you see, I'm being a little bit more careful. I'm actually trying to pull away anytime I see poison flying at me this time. But yeah, I had to reinstall the INI, the DLL, whatever was running that allowed OBS to actually record my voice. It was getting fed into it. It just wouldn't record. Right here. Throwing arm. That's the global ability. That's when I went, whoa, what? Huh? Oh, no. I need that in my life. That's 25% per point. I can get to a... So now I'm trying to look up global, like what other global abilities are in. I was like, wait a second. Oh, I spelled it wrong. As usual. So that's the only one in this tree. But it says the word global, which means it affects everything. Yes, please, and thank you. Now I'm just trying to figure out the best way to get there. And I'm going to go up this tree, put in a minimum number of points because I want to get as much into that tree as I possibly can. 100% damage increase. Right now I'm only at 25, but 3 more points and I'm at 100%. And now I'm going to start using shield throw. It does some decent damage. Like, you know, once again, I'm an idiot and I'm not using the abilities. So you're going to start seeing me use a shield throw a lot more often. And I noticed that I can throw the shield while I'm still throwing my hammers, and it doesn't stop my hammer throw. So I can do both. Oh, and another item drops. Once again, not something that is really usable to me at this point, but still a nice item if I was going to run an alt. My mage in this game is usually my primary, but I went ahead and made the Stuninator first. I'll be making a mage in the future, trust me. Though unfortunately my videos aren't getting as much attention as they used to. I was out of the game for a while. I'm a lot of the newbies to this game. I'm an unknown quantity, I guess. I even had somebody put a "no, not this way" emote underneath one of my video announcements on the Discord. I'm not sure what the issue was with my video. I mean, I'm open. Now see how I saved myself with that potion? I saw I was about to die, I dropped the potion. The potion healed me, and it gave me some ward, which protected me from the tick of the poison, which is why I survived. If it wasn't for that, I would have been dead. I would have been dead there. So I learned my lesson. It was a painful lesson to learn and an embarrassing lesson to have to happen on video, but it was a good lesson, you know, nonetheless. Now there's a lot more void enemies in here, and oh, I own the void. Well, not yet, but close. Most of them aren't stun resistant, though I think I run into a small group that actually are. But for the most part, these normal enemies are so much easier to deal with than poison spiders. Poison spiders are the worst. Trust me, I know. Now, it's like I've forgotten that I actually have a shield throw, but you'll see. I'll start working it in and it'll become part of my repertoire. Yes, I said it wrong on purpose. But it'll be part of my normal, this is the way I want to roll. Now, I noticed that there's areas I haven't gone to, and I'm a completionist. I want to open up the entire map, and I'll start using shield charge once I get it lined up right here. It wasn't perfectly lined up, but If I can save time and shield charge down a hallway, that's awesome. Now, question is, I'd already gone down that hallway, that first hallway I shield charged through, and I never spawned those enemies. I went back through again, and the second time coming through is when I get those spiders to spawn. These are the spiders I was saying that I couldn't stun for some reason. They were not stunning, and that was concerning.
I cannot do that.
Or if they were stunning, the stun was, it was like they were resistant to it, where they would stun but almost come out of it immediately. So I was actually getting surrounded. Once again, shield charge was actually really useful in that case. The lighting, that torch, I was just noticing how well it looked. It was done really well. Poison in the backside, up to 7. Their poison's not as bad as the other ones. The ones that killed me that first time. But it's still pretty bad.
I cannot do.
I like the spiders coming from the... now, I don't know what was theirs. Fumes on death directly... I can't read it because it's so small, because this is
do that.
the post, you know, this is a voice over, and I lost the actual initial recording, which of course, I'm telling you, was so much better than this one. Once again, a nice small single slot idol that provides a lot of resistance. I think here I was trying to find the shield throw, and I kept hitting shield charge instead of shield throw. There we go. There's some shield action going. And the shield throw is actually pretty nice for breaking breakables as well. Double entendre there. But breaking breakables. This guy, I tear him apart. I'm like, okay, big boy. I'm like, nope, nope, nope. He's stunned. As soon as he did that little, you're stunning me, I knew I had him. He was basically really easy. A bridge to nowhere. Art imitating life. That was close. Those guys don't stun. I don't think I've ever... I think there was one moment where right there, I think I stunned him, but I didn't get the stun emote, or, you know, the little swirly above his head. It was just kind of like he hiccuped. And I don't know if that's intended, if that's the way he attacks, or did I get a momentary stun on him? I don't know. I just know I had to be really careful with those mobs. This area is no brainer. It's just hammer time. And it's nice having all these health potions laying about, so that if I take any damage, just walk over one and I instantly get healed. I like the fact that the developers added that into the game. That's really nice. So I kind of finished this area early, meaning I got to what would be considered the end of the area. I took the correct path, but there is still a lot of area that I haven't uncovered that I'm going to have to go back through now and uncover, because I'm a completionist. It's in my nature to go through the entire areas as much as possible to uncover everything. Because all I need is for somebody to go, "You're such an idiot. You missed the most important mob. He was hidden in this little corner right over here." You know, if I can uncover the entire map, and having a fog of war that shows me the areas that I've uncovered and haven't uncovered is really nice. Hard to see. Yeah, it's hard to hit the enemy if I can't see him. Chest with a question mark. Now, my initial thought when I saw the question mark, you saw me hitting it with hammers, is Mimic. I was thinking Dark Souls Mimic. I was like, no, there's not a Mimic in this game, is there? Every time you see a weird looking chest, you have to test. You never know. Man, if they added a mimic in here, that'd be really cool. If you wanted to read through that whole thing, I'm not going to sit here and do it. You can pause in between as I'm pressing and just going to the next page, next page, next page. I'm not one to read a lot of stuff when I'm trying to play an ARPG. I prefer everything to be voiced as much as possible. I'm lazy, what can I say? Now, Guardian Zeal, I thought I would get a proc indication, meaning you have a stack, you have a stack, you have a stack. I haven't seen that, so I was wondering if it was working or not. I think it's working. I just don't think there's an actual icon that pops up for it. And now I'm going to add some more ignite to it. And funny enough, I do that, and then I start throwing hammers, and things are going to start catching on fire more often. I also have an area where my shield throw starts causing a lot of fires to be lit, which is really nice. I don't know what I was talking about here. I know I wanted to continue, and I was looking around the map trying to find the areas that I hadn't been through. I was sure there was some areas that I hadn't cleared. That hallway there, and that hallway there. And I'm sure that was enough for me to go, okay, I'm going to head up back over that way and let's clear that area up real quick. My inventory isn't full. I have enough room to pick up some stuff while I'm out there. I might as well go ahead and do so. Now I'm trying to get the right angle. There we go. So I can go down the hallway as quickly as possible using the shield charge. Though I am thinking about what happened last episode, because this was recorded on the same day, where I shield charged myself to death. So I'm being cautious about how much shield charging I'm actually doing. And when I see spiders, I'm like, you know what? Nah, I think I'll go ahead and burn them. Or pull back and not try to shield charge through them, because they're poison enemy. Yuck. And mixing in some shield throws as well. I know, I'm doing the total Captain America build. Hey, it works. And I even made a comment that it was the end of Endgame Captain America build, because I'm throwing hammers and I'm throwing my shield. We all knew he had it in him when he made the hammer move in Age of Ultron. Even Thor got nervous there for a second. Now my inventory is getting full, and I thought that I went back to town now. It turns out I didn't. This is a voiceover because I'd already said that I was going to skip back to the point where I actually came back in, and then I noticed that I didn't portal out, and I still don't know why I didn't do that. But my favorite, a stunning shrine. Now I'm in my element. Now I have the ability. Look at all that that flaming spiders. That feels good. Catching spiders. And what I was doing there is a lot of times I go through a hallway and then there's a group of spiders that come chasing behind me. And I was trying to be a little smart butt and throw hammers down to kill them before they even got close to me. I'm picking up some nice items, and I'm talking about these as I'm going, why I picked up this item or I picked up that item. Unfortunately, that's relevant information that you guys are never going to have access to. And it breaks my heart. It was really, really good information. It was key. It was vital to your survival and enjoyment of this game. And you're never going to have an opportunity to hear, that commentary. I feel sorry for you. I know I'm a better man because I was able to speak it and hear it myself. But I don't know how you're going to live with yourself without not being able to hear that vital commentary that I provided. And there was my first set item. I think the green ones are set. Unfortunately, spoiler alert, as with everything else that seems to drop for me in this playthrough so far, it won't fit my build, but it's still a really nice item. This game really wants me to go druid, okay? Or in this case, this is more of a skelly item, which I find intriguing because I really enjoy the necromancer in this game. I like to make Mistress of Decays, but the skeleton kind of figures into that some as well. I mean, if you're going to be doing the necromancer and you don't have any skellies on the field, it's kind of a waste in my opinion. You still need to have some skellies on the field. Though I have seen on the forums people talking that they nerfed the player's poison ability, meaning it feels like the mobs you face, they can poison and do a lot of damage to you, but you're not able to do as much poison and damage to the enemies that you face, which kind of sucks. And once again, I'm trying to find out, as I put more points into these skills, which direction do I really want to go with this? And it might be to the point where I get shield charged to the point where I'm not actually putting other skills into it. Now I'm seeing, okay, I've cleared everything and I'm just going to go back to town because there's no reason to rush all the way through. I've cleared the whole area. Now I made an extra tab. I think it was tab 2, and I'm going to be dropping most of this junk just into there real quick to save time in the video. I don't want to sit there and read every single, and do I want to sell this? Do I want to keep this? I'll do that off camera. And I also did some crafting off camera in between videos. So the next video that I do, you'll notice that all my equipment is yellow. I was able to add functionality to all the equipment that I have. Now, why I just did that make no sense, because I've already cleared the area. Why would I run back through? I had a quest to turn in. Let's go turn that quest in real quick. I was also commenting on how this person looked like they were like doing like a dance move and they had a funky chicken leg. Look at that, is that funky chicken leg going? I'm like, okay. I was squirrel. That's all I have to say. Squirrel, squirrel. Come on, you can click it. I swear, you're not going to get hurt. Thank you. Sheesh. And I said the refuge. I'm sure it's actually, you know, maybe I should have read, maybe they like to call themselves Rat City. I was like, you know, the refuge. I thought it fit better.
You feeling lucky?
Well, do you, every time he says that, you feeling lucky, I want to hear, in my brain I hear, well, do you, punk? So I'm starting to notice higher level items showing up in here. And I'm still using the basic everyday club. And I know that's hurting my situation. And I was looking at what level I was at, and is it worth trying to get to a higher level? I actually do. In the next episode, you'll see when I come back, I'll have a weapon that the base level on it's 14. It's not as high as I could be, but it's what I was able to get my hands on. And I also have a better set of armor as well. It won't help me against poison, unfortunately. And I actually have a little bit of poison protection.
These items might be your best bet.
But as you're going through that area, you need as much poison protection as you can possibly get your hands on. So here I'm trying to mess with the inventory of the gambling, because there's a button for refresh, and I'm like, why would I pay you to refresh when I can just go out in the field? Maybe there's it rolls over after a certain amount of time has passed. I do know that it'll reset if you exit the game and come back in. But the only way to reset it while it's in the game without passing time is to actually pay for it. And I think I eventually do pay for it. I say, I'll go here and I'll break some stuff and, collect a couple of stuff, and maybe that's enough to reset it, and it's not. Spoiler alert, it doesn't do it. I actually end up paying for it. I won't do it again.
Want to try your
But
luck?
I was just wondering, can I make it do it without actually exiting the game or using time? So when you click the button, it just gives you a new set of gear to possibly gamble on. And I have to say again, I like how they did the gambling in this game. It feels similar to old school Diablo and Diablo 2, but not copy paste and not stealing the idea. It just seemed to go pretty good. Once again, I was mentioning it'd be nice if those little nodules, those little gems, would glow a color, even if it's just a breathing style, so that if you've been to an area. And I was looking at areas that don't have obvious pathways, and I'm wondering if maybe I might have missed something there, where there was a parsable time portal to take that I ended up not taking, or I missed maybe, that would then open up a pathway in a different era of time to allow me to get to the areas that I can't get to yet. And I'm almost sure that's how it's going to work. Here's a bit of the map you can't get to. You have to be in a different era of time to get it. And I love how last Epoch's developers are incorporating time. See how I'm not see, in the old days, when I used to play, that 4 or 5 of those spiders spitting that poison, and not poison, but ice web or a webbing at me, whatever, if it's cold or just web, would do a ton of damage. They're nothing anymore. The poison ones, though, so I'm gonna probably go straight into the hammer one. I was trying to decide which one do I go to, but more likely I'll go there, and then I'll do some more. I'll put some points in the ignite one, which isn't as, it's not as important as just a straight throwing, the straight hammer ability. But then I'm gonna take the one that does bleed and ignite, and that's in the up right there. That one is going to be nice because I get my ignite and I get my bleed chance as well. So I'm going to try to get stacking as much ailment as I possibly can, because what I hope to be able to do is stun an enemy once, and if I hit that enemy and they're stunned, and I have enough ailments running, that I can basically kill that enemy before they ever come out of their stun ability. And another Reach of the Grave. I'm getting pretty lucky with the drops, because I'm getting a lot of drops, and that's really nice. Unfortunately, the drops I seem to be getting are not anything that I could actually use. So yay me for getting drops. Too bad they're basically useless to me. It's the curse. Hey, I'm getting a lot of good drops. Yeah, too bad you can't use them, buddy. Not on this spell, but maybe on another one in the future. I like this splash screen. I don't think I remember seeing this one before. I want that as a wallpaper. And then I'll do one of my, when I meld them together, like I did in the one. Now this area, I know I've been through here before, but this looks so much better. The ruins, it's just, it's kind of creepy, all the small little buildings, and they're basically, if you think about it, they're people's homes or shops and stuff that have been broken apart. And I'm wondering if we'll ever get an era where we can come through this same area and see what it looked like before it was destroyed. That would be really nice. I'm pretty sure the developers are planning something like that, because this area is large. There's a lot of structures and buildings. It would lend itself to the story to be able to see this area in its prime before it became the ruins. And I've been probably in this area, I've been remarking, it's so much nicer not dealing with poison spiders. I'm enjoying the fact that I'm dealing with just void enemies. This is so nice. But I will say, the ability just to stop the game and pause the recording so I can clear my throat and drink something, that is nice. It's a early Saturday morning and I haven't done anything I normally would do. Basically just got up and started recording this so I could get it done. I hate doing post commentary to the point where I almost decided just to scrap these videos and apologize that I cleared a couple areas and I've upgraded my gear and I did it off camera, and my recording worked or whatever the situation was, just so I wouldn't have to do a post comment or a post video recording commentary, because I hate doing it. Can you notice? Yeah, more damage. It's not going to be a lot up front because it's 25% and 50%. But once I get to 100%, that's twice the damage. Then it should really be noticeable. And I'm now thinking, I'm wondering, since it affects throw abilities, will that buff my shield throw as well? If so, I had just started falling in love with my shield throw, and it's going to get even better. Look at that, I just wasted all those enemies with a single shield throw. I don't know what I was thinking before when I wasn't putting points in the shield throw right away. Definitely put points in the shield throw. I don't care if you're like, I'm not trying to do a Captain America build. Oh, here, I was talking about how the blood looks fake. It doesn't look like it's staining the ground that the blood's on. It's kind of like the blood has oil mixed in or something, and it's sitting on top of the stone and not bleeding into the stone. And I noticed it really caught my eye. I don't know why, squirrel, but it caught my eye and I noticed it. And there'll be some blood a little bit later that comes out of an enemy that looks so much more realistic. And it was just me commenting for the devs to say, hey, you did such a great job elsewhere.
I cannot do that.
The blood in this area on this stone looks really fake because it doesn't seem to be staining the stone that it's actually on. But then there's an enemy that I beat up on, and blood actually comes out of that enemy, and it seems to stain. Now it goes away after a moment or two, which is typical in a game like this. But while it was on the ground, it looked more realistic than the blood I was just pointing at earlier. That's a new kind of scepter I hadn't seen before. I love all the new artwork the developers have done since the last time I played too. They've really upped their game. Oh, yeah, the Isee Beetle. This one was interesting. I thought I was going to have a companion, and when I click on this, there's no timer. But I didn't put my cursor, every once in a while I was like, yeah, whatever, this guy's going to disappear before I find any kind of mobs. No, this guy hangs around for a little bit. And I'm like, oh man, this guy's doing some serious damage. And I'm looking, his health isn't going down. He's actually holding his own. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna keep this guy around. This is awesome. I'm gonna make sure he doesn't die. And I'm like, oh, he's running away from me. Don't get too far away. And I'm gonna keep trying to protect him. And then all of a sudden, he just stops. So there is a timer. It's just not a timer that you have access to right there. I'm like, wait a second, why did you die? Your health was doing good. So there is a timer, just like every other shrine that you use, but it's not a timer that you actually see on the screen, which is kind of annoying. Mainly because I didn't expect this. I expected that that buff to last until the enemy died, until it died, because the shrine gave me a companion, and I figured, oh, that companion is probably going to be around until the companion dies. No, there was a timer on it. I think I'm probably still talking about the blood looks fake in the area, but there'll be an enemy. Oh, I know what enemy it is too. The Chargers. They used to do a lot more damage too. It feels like they've been toned down a little bit. Another enemy I will see. I'm going back and being the completionist that I like to be and unlock the complete area if I can. Got another idol. I want to check out what it does or doesn't do for me. I'm going to be so happy when I find the idol that has throwing damage stuff in it. That's going to be so nice. Or throwing speed on it. And yes, once again, he moves, he throws hammers, and he moves again, and he throws more hammers. Guys, it's a stun belt. It would be the same thing if I was, and I'm kind of like complaining myself because that's what it feels like, and that's how it feels when I'm doing episodes. But if I was running through the game casting Fireball, and I was playing a fire mage, he moves, he casts a fire spell. Oh my god, he moved again. And look at that, he casts another fire spell. It's the nature of this kind of game. Either you're into it or you're not. See, I'm into it because I'm enjoying the rediscover of the areas I've been through before and how much better they look now versus when I first played them. And when I first played them, the game was really young. And it wasn't that the developers did a bad job, it's just the areas weren't fleshed out. Well, now they've been fleshed out some, and
Too heavy.
damn me if I don't enjoy what they've done. They fleshed it out really well, in my opinion. Could it be better? Oh, sure. There's still work to be done. But I think Last Epoch's coming along really well. And I know I'm the one that did the video. Last Epoch, is it the next best ARPG?
I cannot do that.
They haven't disappointed yet. They're still on track, in my opinion, to be one of the next best ARPGs in the genre. And I still think it's probably going to be better. Wilson lost me. I was really a huge Wilson fan, but I don't like the direction they took the game, so it's not my cup. I mean, I put a couple videos out there, got no views. Well, people don't want to watch my Wilson content. That's fine, because I'm not really enjoying doing the Wilson content. If there's not a lot of people watching my Last Epoch content right now, they'll come around eventually. I love this game too much. I'm not going to give up on it. All right, guys and gals, I'm going to go ahead and call this episode here. I've been Critical. This has been Last Epoch on my Stuninator 2.0. I hope you guys have enjoyed this content. If you have, drop a like, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Bye.